Hi everyone, welcome back to Sashay Away with Barry. I am here with Roger,
Hi.
Peter, Phil.
Hey.
We're doing a little panel. We had two other people that were supposed to be here, but they are dirty drunks. Exactly. No, they both canceled on me, and I'm fine with that. I still have these ladies here with me, and we are going to talk about the queens of season 11. But first, we're going to do a little chit chat about the last episode of season 10. I almost said season 10 of All Stars 4. We're each going to say two things that we liked about it and one thing that we did not like about it. I just told them I have not rewatched the episode yet, so I'm going off with simply what I watched at the bar, and I got drunk, as you may have noticed from my last video. And so there's that. So I'm just really going off of memory as to what happened. Who wants to start? I know Phil does.
I can start. No,
okay, you're ready now.
No,
Okay.
I have one thing.
Wait, first, let's have a toast first.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yay!
We're going to toast first. Look, we're drinking
Yay!
out of these expensive champagne glasses that I got from Party City. But we are drinking Budleys.
Aren't these from Club 96?
That is not going to pick up in the microphone. Yes, Club 96. All right, Phil.
I'm going to sort of fail the assignment because I have one thing I like and one thing I didn't like.
That's perfectly fine.
So, unlike many people, I am fascinated with the psychology of Valentina. And I happen to like her, and I think she's a good person, but, you know, like, there's a lot going on there. So I like when she had that moment this week where she kind of realized that she was probably going to go home, and she had this, like, juxtaposition of her fantasy with reality, and she was kind of dealing with that, and I don't know, it sort of gave me, like, a little bit of a window into her as more of, like, a thinking person rather than sort of, like, the nutty person that she is, just to see her, like, deal with that. So I enjoyed that. What I did not like is I'm sort of like I love Latrice, but I don't really feel like she should be back on this episode. So I didn't like that she did so well and won. That's all.
So
Wait, I want to talk about this.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it.
It was about Valentina. I was like, what did I want to say about Valentina? Because you were talking, I was like, I want to say something about that. Now I can't remember what it was. So go ahead, Peter. I'm sorry, I forgot. Sorry I interrupted you, and I forgot what I was going to say.
So, two things that I liked. I loved Monique and Monet. I love their whole friendship. I love their whole sisterhood. I love their whole interactions. I thought they had a great club. I thought they had a great theme. I loved the black hole. Everything about it was great. And I thought Monet's look was amazing. That fringy thing that she wore. That was one thing I loved. I also loved Monique, I loved the clothing that Trinity and Manila and Latrice wore in their club look. I didn't love Latrice's, but I really liked Manila and Trinity's. I thought they were really amazing. What I did not like that Monique and Monet did not win. I thought that they deserved to win. And I also did not like that Latrice won because I kind of agree with Phil. Latrice, for me this season, has kind of like what Alaska did in her season. I really came in loving them as one of my favorite queens, and I'm not as high on them anymore. Latrice is kind of, I don't know. Everyone loves Latrice, and I still love Latrice, but less so. She kind of disappointed me.
We're just waiting for her to emerge. Right?
It's not even waiting for her to emerge either. It's the fact that she is now she's a little full of herself in a way that she wasn't on her season.
She's not trying as hard, I think.
Yeah,
Well, if she had given the performance that she did in this episode, during all the earlier
All the
episodes,
other challenges.
I would even begin to understand, her attitude. But for what she's been giving up until now, I don't the attitude's not warranted.
No, yeah, I think she's taking that attitude from her success in life.
yeah,
Exactly.
which is
And we don't see
awesome.
that. We don't see that, but great.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job in life, you are.
Right.
Although I went to one of your shows and I was not impressed. You were there too,
Yeah.
weren't you?
Oh yeah, her and Kennedy.
Her and Kennedy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
that
it's
was
just
a rough show.
It's just to me that she is coasting on this reputation that she earned. She gained this great reputation, but she is not as humble anymore as she used to be. And maybe that's just what fame does. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay humble in this business, I guess.
Yeah, and no matter how famous you get, I think there's always you can be a great drag queen, but you can't be it doesn't translate to being a great drag race contestant.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's two very different things.
I remembered what I was going to say about Valentina. And I don't know if I was talking to you about this or David at work. But I think Valentina is great television. I don't think she was a great contestant this season because I don't think she brought anything new or exciting to anything. Other than her talking heads being bonkers crazy. So in my mind, she should have come back as like a commentator on the show.
Yeah.
And don't compete. You don't need to win. You're doing fine without the crown.
Mm-hmm.
And just talk about every fucking person on there because that is what entertained me about her.
What about having her at the judge table? Like,
No, I don't want her on the judge's table. No.
You think that's
No.
too much?
No.
No.
No, you can be in a confessional. You
Yeah.
can dress in as many costumes as you want
Yeah.
in the confessional. And you just have something to say about every queen and what they do. And that is great television.
Right. Don't hate us, Valentina haters.
No,
Don't
no,
hate us.
you can hate me all you want. You can call me fat. You can call me old. I've heard it all. You can say it in Spanish, and I won't know what you're saying.
But I will. I'll know.
I'll have translators available. All right. What do you like and do not like?
So having said all that, one of the things I liked was Latrice Royale. But again, just for the same thing that I just said, like if she had been giving me this performance in this episode, if that was what I had seen in all the earlier episodes, I'd be like, oh, okay, like I can justify the attitude. But it's really kind of like the performance that I had been waiting to see from her.
Agreed.
And I really did like the spacey anal bead like
so good.
runway.
The best
outfit.
runway.
It was her best runway on either season.
Yeah.
On either season. The other thing that I liked is that Valentina went home. Again, don't hate me, Valentina haters, but she's just run her course. And I was talking to a boy on Scruff earlier, and I said my prediction is that Valentina's gonna go home. And
he blocked you immediately.
Oh, he then texted me and was like, "Thanks, bro, you ruined it." And I was like, I'm still watching, bro.
It hasn't ended yet.
It's ridiculous.
Bro.
You know.
Okay, bro.
Please.
I don't know.
And then I blocked his ass.
I was gonna say, did you meet this queen? Cause
No.
who
not
talks
yet.
about
And I
drag
didn't-
race with a bro?
And I just don't understand, boys. And then the one thing I did not like is I just didn't like Trinity's runway. Lip sync.
her
Lip
lip
sync
sync,
look.
yeah, lip sync.
Because I actually really loved her runway look.
Yeah, her runway
I didn't
look,
love her lip sync look. It made no sense. And quite honestly, that song choice was weird in itself.
Oh,
But-
you spin me around.
I love
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It was not given any credit
Yeah.
this episode.
no.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
Great. Mine are kind of already talked about.
Can I
go
say
ahead.
one thing?
Absolutely.
The lip sync between Trinity and Latrice was the most boring lip
It was
sync.
the
Yep.
worst lip sync
Yeah.
this
It's
season.
so boring.
Yep.
Neither one of them deserved to win.
No.
Latrice's look, though, was really. I loved her look
Yeah.
on the runway.
The runway look, not
and
the lip sync look.
I loved her lip sync.
I
look
didn't
too,
mind it either.
actually. It was different for her. Like the hair was different than she's worn this season. So
The best thing she did was rolling on the stage. That was
who said that? Well, Monique.
yeah. She
When
like
she
when
started
she started
rolling.
rolling on the stage.
was good.
So my favorite things were like Peter. I loved the black hole.
Yeah.
I thought it was clever. People are saying that the alien baby was stupid, but I totally would have taken a picture with it.
It worked. It worked.
It is what I would
I mean,
It
do
worked.
at a club night. I'd be like, oh my god,
stupid, but
totally.
But you could love it for that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was weird, but I enjoy weird things. I also enjoy, while I enjoyed theirs, I do think that the Hive was a better idea.
It was
Club-wise.
a nicer looking.
It was
club,
beautiful.
like,
Yeah, I
it
mean, they did a great
yeah.
job. But my second favorite thing is Latrice's runway look.
Yeah.
I said it on my drunk video. I would wear that dress every day. I would not want to put it on because you really have to lube yourself up to get into that. And I can't imagine
It's a lot of gun oil.
the stinks that are going on underneath that.
Oh,
If
no.
I was wearing it,
No.
it would be gross because I would be sweating and then it's
Could you-
mixing with all this lube, and you're just
I imagine
what a nightmare.
Imagine Latrice getting into that outfit, kind of, sort of the way she got on in the smock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She needed help.
Yeah.
Someone was helping her.
Who helped
Who
Latrice?
pulled that dress on?
Who helped Latrice?
Who helped her
get
out of
in?
it?
Yeah.
too.
Well, yeah, because that, I mean,
Yeah.
she may have been cut out of it for all I know.
So
We're wearing this one time.
One time only.
One time.
And she just oozes.
She did say that she was wearing her favorite thing that she's ever worn.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was the best thing I have ever seen her
Yeah.
wear.
She
She
looked
looked
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
The one thing I did not like the lip sync, just like all of you,
Mm-hmm.
and Trinity's look made it even worse for me because
Yeah.
I could not. It was just ugly. Ugly to look at. I mean, not even in a naked old lady way, it was just hideous.
Yeah.
And
Hideous.
after the great lip syncing last week, this
Yeah,
was just
this was a huge letdown. This whole episode was Latrice's justification for being there, even though a lot of people don't think she deserved to win. This was like, you're back, we'll give you a win.
As opposed to who?
Here's your $10,000. No, that I'm saying they brought her back, they're gonna give her a win.
Oh, okay.
And that was the whole narrative
Wait
of the
for the
episode.
episode.
Okay, well-
This is Latrice's
Yeah.
episode.
if you believe like I do that the whole previous episode was just and the whole previous two episodes
Was to bring her back.
were orchestrated just to bring her back,
Yes.
then it made sense that the third one would
But
be
it's like,
to
what
validate
if-
it.
But I also feel
what
like
if she
that
had not been? I guess any one of them could have had the narrative to come back. Like after the first three,
yeah.
any one of them could have received that same treatment. Like it just,
Right.
it just.
And be like,
You mean
we brought you back for a
Gia
reason.
or-
Here's
well,
your
no,
here's
I
your
mean,
win.
I mean, come on, we all knew that. Like
Latrice was
Yeah,
coming
we
back.
knew she
Gia
had-
and
Had no chance.
Jasmine and Farrah, they were not.
But if
Like-
you look
like
at the
any-
lip syncs, Gia deserved to come back.
I think so,
Of
too.
them.
Oh yeah, but any one of the remaining queens from that end
Right.
could have gone home instead of Latrice. And
Exactly.
Then, and then we would have all been saying, "Oh, this episode was just to get insert other drag."
Right, the other queen.
I don't
Their
know.
their episode.
Yeah.
No, this was to justify bringing her back.
Maybe.
They produced it that way.
Uh-huh.
I believe it is the reason they didn't have a top three with all three winning because Manila probably would have beat Latrice in the lip sync,
Ah, yeah.
whereas Trinity just gave it away looking the way she did.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why Manila wasn't there. I also feel like they are trying to twist the narrative of Manila because she's been doing so well. And so they tried to make it look like she stumbled this week.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, yeah, because they did when in the club scene when she
When she
made
was
a
telling
couple
Joey,
comments.
they gave her the shade.
They showed both her
And Latrice looking at her
and,
like-
and Trinity's reactions like
Yeah.
cross-eyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she does have a tendency to do that though, Manila. Like she does.
The cross-eyed thing? Or
Well, like,
stumble.
the cross-eyed like
The
kind of.
cross-eyed is her signature and it drives me crazy.
But she can go a little overboard.
It didn't really fit in with
And
what
just so y'all know,
was happening.
she looked amazing on the runway, the lip sync one with her spaghetti dress. And
Yeah.
people are like, why are you wearing, this is
I thought
a throwaway?
Oh,
It was
spaghetti?
it could have been a throwaway look and she came out looking impeccable. Just so you're aware, it is because there is a doll coming out of her in that dress
oh my gosh.
with cross eyes.
Oh.
So she wore it on the show to promote the sale of her doll.
I want it.
Get it, girl.
Did you think
Yeah.
her look this week was actually similar to her look last week? Same silhouette, kind of. Like,
Yes.
It was.
I mean, they were both sort of. I like them both, but they were also both, you could say, gimmicky in a
They
similar
were.
way.
And that's what she does.
Yeah.
And I actually liked this one more
Than the spaghetti.
if you took
Oh.
if
Oh.
you took
I loved her.
the basket off her head.
Oh,
I loved the
Wow.
cellophane dress.
Yeah.
Is what I loved.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the spaghetti dress. Don't get me wrong; it was the best look last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the cellophane one because I just thought it was clever.
Yeah.
Like the basket on her head. And if you looked at her face, she looked like Chichi Rodriguez from Tu Wong Fu. She looked exactly like her. I'm gonna do a side by side
Miss Chichi.
pictures. Go look for it on Facebook because they looked identical. Every time I look, I was like, oh my god, I can't look at her. It sucks.
This trip sucks.
Yeah. So that's enough talk about. Oh wait,
I wanted to grow up to be Chichi Rodriguez.
everyone.
It was like
so where did you?
the one Latino role model that I could look up to.
Good goals. You
I
have good
know.
goals, Roger.
I know. I know.
Really quickly, we have 6 queens left. Who is our top 4?
So, who are the next two to go home? Another way to say that?
Yeah, I want to know who you think your top 4 is.
Ah.
Mm.
Manila.
Not going off your fantasy league. Go with your gut.
I think at the top 4 are going to be Latrice, Manila, Trinity, and
Monique.
I think Monique is killing it.
and probably Naomi's definitely in the bottom, and I think probably Monique. I'm gonna put Monet in the top 4 with Latrice, Manila, and Trinity.
Do you all agree with that? I'm
No.
totally not on board.
I think that Latrice gets her act together after this, and I think top 3 are. I mean, if I'm going to be really honest, I think top 2 is a battle between Manila and Trinity, with Latrice.
If you go by the report card,
yeah.
Monique.
with Latrice and Monique rounding out
Top 4.
top 4. I can see Naomi in there just because she's been relatively
Consistent.
safe and consistent as opposed
And
to
that's how
Latrice.
she made top 3 of her
Exactly,
season.
exactly. And
No.
and you know my feelings about Monet.
I know.
So
I keep expecting Monet to kind of crash and burn, and she
hasn't.
has actually been
She had a good
doing
season.
better
She
and better.
hasn't.
So I have to give her credit for that.
yeah.
My top 4, you're all gonna think I'm insane.
You got Queens coming back.
Jasmine,
Yeah.
Farrah,
Which is
Yes, you're insane.
this is an injustice
And
that
Vanjie.
Jasmine is not further into.
that she's not in top 4.
Yeah.
No, my top 4 are Monet, Monique, which if you asked me at the beginning of the season, I said she was going home first.
Yeah.
You did. You did.
Naomi, and Trinity.
Really? No Latrice, no Manila? Wow.
I think
I do think you're crazy.
they're both
Yeah.
gonna go.
No.
No.
I do.
I do not see Manila. I can see Latrice going home again.
I
I
agree.
don't
think
see Manila.
I don't see Manila, yeah.
I think
Exactly.
the moment she is in the bottom,
Who, Manila?
They will
Someone
say-
will get rid of her?
they will get rid of her.
If that moment comes,
Right, in the moment she's in the bottom, she's
Yeah.
gonna go home.
if.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that's why this episode
Yeah.
But
this episode changed my mind because they're trying to change her narrative.
Interesting.
And so they're putting her on the downside, so they're gonna drop her in the bottom because
Right.
she's never been in the bottom before.
Unless the
They
scenario
made a
is,
point to say it.
unless the scenario is Trinity getting to choose and Trinity is going to choose Manila to stay. I think
Yeah, she would definitely pick Manila
to
over Latrice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prediction. Again, I have not listened to any rumors or spoilers. This is prediction. This is Barry Brown thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Barry Brown.
if Manila
You're
were
allowed.
to end up in the bottom, this is all that would have to happen for her to go home.
Really?
There's a lot that has to happen.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that it would be Manila and Monique as the bottom 2, and Monet would have to win the lip sync and save her friend.
Mm.
There's a lot of
And
ifs.
send. There's a lot of ifs in there, but I have decided that I am a producer on this show.
What is the challenge?
Because
next
that
week?
is how I've been watching this season.
What is the challenge next week?
This week is a makeover challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Monique is
Oh,
in
they're
trouble.
friends.
Then again, who knows?
But they're making over their best friends, so they could have painted these queens
Oh.
before.
Do you think this is a challenge Monet can excel in?
I think it's going to be a redemption episode for Monet because she went home on her
Yeah.
makeover challenge, and she's making over a friend of hers who she's probably put in drag 1,000 times because he is.
Was this the powder one? The powder look like? On the promo?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh
it's
my God.
It's the redheaded boy from the show.
God, was I that drunk by this point?
Probably.
For the coming attraction?
The show we just went to,
The redheaded.
the one that came out and picked up all the dollars.
Oh!
So
The
they
the
put
little-
her in drag 9
Oh.
million times.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Monet is fine, and it's going to be her redemption moment
Okay.
for her season.
Interesting.
Alright, cool.
And so that's why I think if she
Okay.
wins, she might send Manila home.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Producer of the show right here.
Barry Brown predicts. Barry Brown predicts.
Alright.
I'm really watching the show this season as a producer as to what is good television. All right, so we've exhausted that. I can't even read how long it's been, but it's probably been 4 hours.
It's been 22 minutes.
Another only 4 more hours to go.